Yo, what's up? So I know it's been a while since I've been unlocked because I've been so addicted to Spiked. I have some like 25 something hours on that game now. But I'm back unlocked and yeah, I'll be posting this and this is a king guide. So yeah, I don't use it much. Pure uses it. I think Pure uses it just as much as I do, but it's not really much. It's not used by me or Pure much, but I do know how to use it, so I'll be teaching you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, DM me on Discord. Anything's fine. But yeah, good to be back unlocked. Still, I still love this game. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, yo, what's up? So, well, ignore the avatar, but I'll be, teaching you how to use King, and it's quite simple, but it can be a bit confusing for some people. So I'm gonna be teaching you. So first things first, what does King do? Okay, it just propels you forward. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that special. It just makes you go forward. With iframes, you can't get the ball stolen. It's a dribbling weapon, and well, this is how it looks. This makes you go like about quarter of the court, I think, and nobody can steal it from you, and it's really fast. It's really good, right? Um, they added this new mechanic recently, but which they didn't have before. I'll call it King Shot, where if you were to where if you were to king in a box, then you get this sort of aura around you, and whenever you shoot with full power, you get a buffed shot. You know, it's called King Shot, or we call it King Shot. I don't know the official name, but we call it King Shot. But yeah, that's basically all what King does. So it's pretty simple. Nothing too special about it. One other thing that King can do is if you're in box, it won't activate your dribbles in box. All it'll do is just activate your King Shot. So you can kind of mess with GKs like that. So yeah, that's basically all for what King does, and now I'll be teaching you how to use it. Alright, so first things first, like I said, it does cover a distance and you want to get in box. So your main goal as a King user is to King in box, because your shot really does, really does a lot, and really high scoring potential if you know how to use it properly. Now, before I do get into that, if you're using King as a striker, that's your main objective. But if you're using King as a winger, by chance, for some reason, then mostly what you want to do is try to, find space. So you can either pass it off or dribble in or score or whatever you can, right? Because it's a bit rare for wingers to be free on the right side of the box. So whenever you King like this way, see, it's kind of like, it's kind of wonky. So you usually just want to find space, pass it off, or dribble it in, right? Now, I'm going to be talking in a striker perspective because I think it's the best way to use King as a striker. So, okay. Now, like I said, first things first, you have to find some space, and the second you get the ball, you want to try to get the ball, try to get close enough for King to get a box. So when you get a box, you can take a King shot, and it should be pretty free goal if you know how to use it properly. So, yeah. Now, one thing about how to set up your King properly is if you're bunnies, then you can chest bump it, and before it even drops, you can King. And the hitbox for King is pretty big, so what you can do is you can place it to your side, or if it's your teammate's possession, rather than receiving it, so let's say someone passes it to me, rather than receiving it with M1, you can just receive it with King. If you think your receiving is bad or you're swarmed with a lot of people, because the hitbox for King is absolutely humongous for some reason. So I could do it from here, and it's still reach. It's just about as much as your M2, which is about here. So it's the same for 5-3 as well. So yeah, you don't have to always have the ball on you to use King. Make sure you can, make sure you look at your surroundings. You can chest bump, you can rainbow, and then you can King. But yeah, so that's how you set up your King shot. But how do you shoot once you're in box? Now, to shoot, first things first, there's a way to, when you unshift lock mid-King when you're Kinging, you can spin around to hide where you're spin around, or just go W, like AD. But spinning around is more efficient in my opinion. If you just press AD, and go left and right, the goalkeeper won't be able to see where you're aiming. So you can unshift lock shoot, and it's good. You can use that with no look as well if you really wanted. But that's up to you, right? That's all up to you. But what I do is, you can, oh, right, so after that, what you're supposed to do when you get a box is jump right towards the end of your King, so the ball goes up with you. So you can only do that when you have 3 chops. So try to do it from max distance, so like around here, 1, 2, 3, and then I can jump with the ball. So when you jump with the ball, you can change direction of where you shoot, and the goalkeeper, it's less predictable, basically. So when you do 3 chops, you get a box, jump, shoot. So usually you want to do that. But if you think it's not working, if you think it's getting blocked all the time, because Aiku and GK can come up to you and press F, Aiku can press their dive buttons, right? Because they bypass iframes. So either you want to avoid them by kinging away from the middle, using king away from the middle, or just passing it off, get a passive box, and then use your king shot rather than just using the chops. If you want to score, but remember, you're not the only one who can score, so trust your teammates. But we're talking about king right now. Anyways, so that's one way to do it. And if you think that the GK is consistently blocking your shot, you can fake them out with a sound cue, because I know a lot of people get faked out by sound cues. And your other option is, if you're an air dribbler, is you can activate king shot in box, put it really high, cover some distance, and then dribble it in. So what I usually do if I want to do that is I go towards the side of the box, I aim really high, I go inner box, and then I fucking dribble it in. I don't know why I can't receive for my life, but yeah. So that's basically all for how to use king. There's not much about it. But yeah, whenever you're shooting, you want to try to be as unpredictable as possible, and try to do 3 chops. All right, so because when you do 2 chops like this, oh wait, that was 3, but well, whenever you do 2 chops, it just kind of cuts off your king and you can't jump because there's more end leg than there would be usually. Now, one rule I do want to cover about king is that you cannot king past this penalty line in scrims and pickups. So this penalty dot, not line, sorry, penalty circle. So if you were to king past this penalty circle, it's a GK ball and a yellow card, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure if I can really get it done because the lineup's a bit weird. But where you want to usually king from to, you know, make sure that doesn't happen is this third box away from the semicircle, like towards the end of it. It's like, it'll take you right outside a box. Really, king is just experimental, and any weapon really in this game is just whatever suits you the best. So yeah, just make sure you're getting 3 chops off, and before you shoot, you're unpredictable, and you'll be able to take shots like that. So yeah, that's really all for king. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them below. I don't use king as much as Pure does, so if you have any questions, I'll ask Pure maybe, or if I know the answer, I'll answer you. Feel free to DM me or Pure on Discord, and I will see you in the next one.